GOAT doing GOAT things. They always say cream rises to the top, and boy, did he show what he means. Now, we know about Roko. We've got our own Ro. Rohit, what have you got to say? No swearing, but hold on. We've got to wait. Welcome back to 2 Halves 2 Innings Cricket. This episode is sponsored by Synaptech. Well then, Rohit, go on then. What have you got to say? And please, no swearing like Rohit Sharma.
No. I'm going to say well played, Rocco. Amazing performance. I mean, what a performance. I'm quite impressed what Virat said. You know, in a Hindi podcast, our other co-host asked me, you know, when do you see Virat coming back to form? I said, probably will take him 2-3 games because he just coming back. He just played last game he played in Australia. He hasn't had any practice in the between. He coming in, first game, he may not perform well. Maybe in second or third game he will perform well. But he scored a bloody brilliant century in the first match. And I think it was his one of the best century.
Applause. We need the sound. We need it.
The way he batted, the way he scored sixes, I never seen him because he always plays on the field. He doesn't hit balls in the air too much, especially when he's starting his innings. But on Sunday he was brilliant. Yesterday he was brilliant, amazing. The sixes he hit, and one thing I'm very impressed with what he said at the end of the game in the post-match in the interview. He said, "I prepare in my mental health. I prepare mentally. When I'm prepared mentally, I don't need any physical preparation." So he said he needs to be fully into it. He doesn't need too much practice. He is fully mentally into the game. I think that comes with probably he learned in his later years, and he learned now that he needs to now, because he's not playing every format. He needs to be mentally ready to play every game whenever he gets a chance. So he's changed. I mean, amazing performance.
That's experience.
Experience, but
That's
I think something changed. Yeah.
But that's adaptability as well, Rohit, isn't it? You know, in all seriousness, you know, you can't, when you're playing, remember, he was one of the few players, along with Rohit as well, as in Rohit Sharma, not you, that were playing all three. So long. Maybe next life, eh? But, that were playing in all three formats. So there was there's that constant continuity of games. You know, yes, the format changed, but the fact is there were that camaraderie with the team and that kind of constant practicing, etc. You know, that was always there. So it must be difficult for them to kind of be playing a series, then they're not playing, and because this is the only format they're playing now as well. Although I don't know if you heard, there was rumours that the BCCI are actually trying to get
told them to
come back for the test.
Yes.
Yeah, for the test.
Yes,
So I know we're veering off track a little bit here, but thoughts?
Why not? Of course. I mean, look at him, man. He's fantastic. And I mean, compared to what test match teams that we've been producing these last two home series, especially against obviously New Zealand, he was a part of it. But obviously, this one was South Africa. We needed someone like, either a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli just to kind of steady the ship, a little bit. Shubman Gill, his captaincy is a little bit in question, I would be honest, and say, is he the right leader, especially for a transition team? Then that's what Gautam Gambhir is saying. Then, yeah, maybe Shubman Gill would be the poster child for this team. But in some instances, when the things aren't going your way, you need someone who has that wealth of experience, who has that winning mentality, that tenacity to kind of rally up your team. And I think that's what Virat was showing. I mean, I don't know if you saw a couple of the runs where he was scoring when Rohit was batting with him. He was trying to go for the 3 runs, and Rohit was struggling to make 2. The fitness of this guy, fantastic at 37. He was running better than some of the youngsters.
Exactly. He was like
he was fire. He was so physically such in good shape. Yeah. He was asking for a 3rd run, and Rohit was like, "Arey yaar,
it's not even at the start, even at the end of his inning as well. He was running like leopard. Yeah. During the fielding as well, he was all over the place. I couldn't believe at 36 he has such a fitness at the moment.
Yeah, and even the bowlers taking. Sorry, I was going to say, even with the bowlers taking wickets off the field, kind of, on the field, his passion, for every wicket that was coming, he was going right to the batter and saying, "Come on," that's the Virat Kohli that we've loved to see over the last few years. That passion, that energy, and I think that obviously helps with the team as well. South Africa are a great one-day side as well. Marco Jansen was scoring at a ridiculous strike rate, and at one point we thought maybe they might win it. They might win it, but
I was worried.
Yeah, I was worried.
And obviously, when we just look at and deconstruct that match, obviously, if we take away Virat's 135, of that, which 86 runs were scored off the boundaries, which is, sometimes we don't really see that much of Virat on that side. It's mainly quick singles and twos and a couple of fours, but he was a lot more aggressive, like Rohit said. He was very, very aggressive. And Rohit Sharma doing bits as well, 57. I think that was his third 50 in a row. And the likes of KL Rahul coming in at number 6 was quite an interesting. Sundar, obviously, coming in ahead of him. So that was quite an interesting. But the likes of Jaiswal, the likes of. Go on, yes.
Yeah, go on. No, I've got interesting. Sorry to interrupt, Rajay. I've got an interesting take on this. It's something that while you're talking, boys, I just remember something that Michael Jordan said, that the reason why he gave it all is because when he was with Chicago Bulls. It was like tickets were like gold dust. They're so expensive and you couldn't get them. He said, that one child or parent has paid so much money to see me, and they may never could have saved for so long. They may never see me again. So that was his drive for, really giving his 100%, or one of his drivers for 100%. And you think that maybe same with Virat, that he knows that he's coming to the end of his career. This will probably be the last time that, the people in the crowd are seeing him. So he really is going out and showcasing his talents. But going back to your point regarding his fitness, I remember, when him and Dhoni used to be at the crease, they would always squeeze an extra 15, 20 runs, in an innings because of their fitness and running between the wickets. It was, he's always been like that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, quick singles, honestly.
Yeah, they had dinner together, so obviously he was in Ranchi.
Oh, yeah,
so it was his Dhoni's hometown. Yeah. And they had, can see coming out of Range Rover, he was driving him around, or he was probably dropping him back. But it's good to see all old mates getting together. And to be honest, what I saw yesterday was team actually feels confident when those two are around because of their experience, because of what they have given to the Team India and what they have given to Indian cricket and what they bring in the young team as well. So you need we always say, right, you can't, it's a cliche now, isn't it? You can't win with with kids. But Sir Alex won the one with kids, but that's football. But doing cricket, we need a little bit of experience in there to guide the young players to say, okay, guys, this is how you play, this is how you take. They learn from, even while they're practicing, you learn how they practice. How, like Ronaldo, every young player coming in and see Ronaldo practicing, they say, wow, man, this guy is genius. This is how he did. I need to do the same if I want to win it. This is how it happens. So Virat innings, they are still in form. They scored a last game in Australia. They finished there. I feel like they just finished there, starting here in the same form. They haven't lost the form, even 4 or 5 weeks away since the last game they played. So I thought it showed their mental strength. It did show their mental strength, how tough they are mentally.
But Rohit looks as good as he has done for ages.
Rohit is again getting fitter as well.
Honestly,
they are targeting 2027. They are targeting 2027. Yeah. Trust me. I think we need to have them in 2027.
Yeah. There needs to be the pathway for them to get to 2027, and at the 52 centuries, I think he's just. I think he's
the god of
the But honestly, what a fantastic, and the amount of innings that he's done it in as well. Like we need a bit more of Virat to kind of break that record. And just on Rohit Sharma as well, hitting the most number of sixes in ODI as well, passing Shahid Afridi. Again, Rohit has always been that kind of pace setter as an opener in the India squad. He sets the tone, and gosh, what could have been in that final in 2023 had it gone differently. But you know what, credit to India, they bounced back from a hard test loss.
Let's bring it back to today.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's bouncing back from a hard loss in the test series. I think they've done really well in this ODI, and credit to the bowlers as well. Harshit Rana as well, he
couldn't believe it
quite well. And And we've been berating him. We've been saying he's a Gambier's little Jamcha. But he bowled really well. I thought he played really well. Ashdeep obviously getting the first wicket as well, so I thought that was fantastic. So the bowling department in Kuldeep Yadav as well. It was an overall great performance from the bowling team.
So we talked about what went right. Do we give some credit to Kohli because we've been bashing him in the red ball format?
Can I say something before? Can I say something before this? Because where Virat's record is impressive is, I've just checked, he's out of his 52 one-day international centuries, 28 are while chasing. I mean, it's amazing. The next one is Rohit's 17. So 28 while chasing. For a reason. Yeah, he's the GOAT in chasing. This is why he's the GOAT in one-day international. He is the GOAT. He surpassed Sachin's record is basically in one format. He is the highest. Sachin's record is 51 centuries in Test cricket, 51 in Test cricket, and he broke the record in one format and go past Sachin as 52 in one format. Amazing, man. Amazing.
Yeah.
Talking about Rohit's the last dance for Roka, I'm really upset because I'm not going to be able to see them next year when they come to England. So we got it about that, but oh well. We've seen them plenty of times.
Yeah, we've seen them. But
back to hopefully.
Rohit,
oh no, I can't make it work. But anyway, Rohit, back to my question. What do you think about Kohli? Does he deserve some praise in this? We talked about many good things.
Yeah, like I said, guys, earlier, in one-day white ball cricket, he has credit in the bank. He won us the Champions Trophy. He won us the Asia Cup as well. You can't argue with that result, right? And that kind of record. Obviously, Test cricket, I think maybe he's still learning as well. Test cricket, he's playing too many all-rounders. So yesterday, if you see how South Africa played, their number 9 and 10 were scoring 50s. They were scoring 6s like anything. I felt like they were the top order batters. They were brilliant. Yeah, either our bowling was crap, or because of the bowl was coming on the bat nicely, and then they were scoring like they were the top order batters. So you do need all rounders in one day cricket. So this is why I think it's working in one day white ball cricket, because we have good all rounders, but we're definitely missing Pandya as a genuine all rounder. Definitely missing Pandya.
I mean, but if you look at the all-rounded side of it, I mean, we only literally had Jadeja, to be honest.
We had Jadeja, we had Sundar.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
We have...
Sundar, you could kind of say, but he didn't really do much with the bat, and even Gujrat Gaikwad, again, maybe just because of being out of the team and
but that was a wicked catch as well. That was a brilliant catch. Yeah,
that was a great catch. But if you look at it, I think I will say this though: if you look to the stats with Marco Jansen in Test as well as mainly in Test, but even in the ODI, he's a fantastic player. He's got some of the best averages and wickets as well for the amount of matches that he's played. He looks like a really good player for South Africa. Maybe some shinings and elements of Kallis in there. Who knows if he can get his career in the right path today.
Kallis is, but you know what? He's one of a kind to us. Yeah.
But Marco, he's 70 off of 39 in an ODI. That's incredible. That strike rate, nearly took South Africa over the line.
So looking forward to the next one. What do India need to sharpen up on for the second game?
I think we should give this team another chance. I think the team won the game. I don't think there'll be any changes. Ruturaj needs some games, because if you see the top 4, I think once Iyer is back, Shears is back, he will play at the 4th position. So there's no one else taking his position. So top 4. If Gill comes back, Jaiswal, I'm just worried about Jaiswal because he hasn't been in form in Test cricket and one day since first game as well. So hopefully we should give him a run of games. Hopefully the T20 as well, if Shuman is not back yet. So if you see that, a top 4 for one day internationals is Gill, Rohit, Kohli and Iyer. They are the top. And then KL will play as a keeper. And then Jadeja. Those and Pandya and Bumrah.
I think Tilak Verma has a shout as well in that form.
Yeah, but
Tilak Verma played amazing in that Asia Cup as well. That final.
He did, but he didn't play well against Australia. So he wasn't in form. But I think we should give Ruturaj another. But if you see Ruturaj is an opener. bat rate. He's not a number 4 batter. He's an opener. He needs to play opener. If Jaiswal goes out, Ruturaj comes in, then Tilak Verma will slot in at number 4 in one day national. Maybe the second game we play the same team, and if we win that, maybe then we ring changes in the third game. Then we play Ruturaj as opener to see how he performs, and then bring Tilak Verma in and see how he performs.
I just my only kind of quarrel with any kind of like India team I've always said is that it's always good to have a mix of left-hand batsmen in it as well. Obviously, you've got Sundar, Washington Sundar. I just think if he doesn't perform well with the bat, and he didn't really, I don't think he added much to the bowling side in that. He didn't get any wickets. He only bowled 3 overs. Then what's the point of having somebody like Washington Sundar if he's not bowling 10 overs? If he's meant to be your second all-rounder. So I would put Tilak in because I think he's more expansive and better with the bat, and just because he provides a left-handed batting opportunity. If Rishabh Pant is not going to be playing, then I think that it should be Tilak Verma coming in, and you should have Jaiswal, Rohit, then Kohli, then Tilak, and then you put KL Rahul up, and then obviously Jadeja moves up as well, and then you've got space for another bowling option depending on the wicket. So I think obviously Amit, you were saying that what do we need to? I think it might be somebody like, unfortunately, like Gaikwad or Washington Sundar. They need to replace if they don't perform well in the second ODI.
Yeah,
but one thing I like to say about KL Rahul. I mean, I'm really impressed with him. He's had like a second coming, hasn't he? He's been obviously had a brilliant series in England in the Test game, but he's become a key part for India in all. Yeah, since he's become Dhoni-esque in his hairstyle.
Exactly. Yeah, but, yeah.
But no, don't you think so though? Like if you said like a few years ago, you wouldn't have thought like Rishabh Pant, the way he was playing, he would probably be your number one, wicket keeper batsman. But the way KL has kind of been playing in all formats, he's like probably one of the first names on the sheet at the moment.
Yeah, he is, like, especially in one day, because we're playing him as a keeper as well. So that adds a little bit of depth in our batting lineup. So we can play another batter or another all-rounder. But I think he's been okay. He hasn't lit any fire for me, at least. Obviously, one century, 2 centuries he scored in Test matches here in England. One was a Test match saving century at Old Trafford, I think, and one more Test century. But he's been okay, to be honest. He can play better. But his average in Test cricket is pretty low. I think it's only 40s, 30s, and high 30s. Yeah, so it's for opener to be average a high 30s, it's not good anyway. It's average basically. Yeah, he's been hit and miss sometime. Yeah,
but you have to look again the opportunities and where he's kind of risen as a batsman, and in the time where other batsmen have also kind of solidified their role. If it was a case of him trying to open, but you had the likes of Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan as the opening pair, it'd be hard for him to kind of break in. And then
he's been up and down as well. He hasn't had a
he'd be pushed down the order like 5th or he never was 3rd. He was never a 3rd batsman or a 4th batsman. But I think KL Rahul is an amazing testament of a cricket player. The Delhi Capitals in IPL, he scored very good innings, and he's done like centuries, and I think he made that statement where he put the helmet down with the bat and said, "This is my territory." Against
like Kantara, like this.
He was drawing the circle with the bat. That's what I remember. KL, he's a fantastic player, and he's played some great innings. Obviously, he scored a good total against South Africa.
I think he will be there till 2027. Definitely be a keeper.
Good. Go on, Rohit. What's your prediction?
Yeah, India win. I think we'll play the same team, and we will win definitely.
Ajay?
Well, we seem to be good at losing coin tosses, so
19.
we get a good result anyway. So obviously that's again the L word, the luck factor. But yeah, I think if it's an undisturbed team, if it's no changes, and I think if Kohli can continue on his form and hopefully Jaiswal gets a few more runs, I think it could be an India 2 win, what I'm going for.
I don't think Kohli will change the game too much. I think off the back of the Test series, I know he keeps talking about change, the transition period, etc. I think he needs to get some credit in the bank again. And you're only as good as your last day. So I think he'll probably consist, like you, Rohit, I think he'll keep the team the same or minimum changes. Expecting another Indian win. So I think we're going for a clean sweep here. 2-0 to India.
2-0, yeah.
2-0, definitely.
Still not confident with Gautam Gambhir though. Still not confident with him. We're still
We'll see. Give him
Time will
another
tell.
chance.
So it's great
Cannot-
catching up, boys. So thanks for listening. Please do like, subscribe, share with your friends, and drop your comments in. But until the next time, stay safe. Jai Hind.